Singapore has long been celebrated as one of Asia's most robust business hubs, known for its efficiency, wealth, and global connectivity. Yet beneath this polished surface, a new reality is emerging. More businesses are closing, scaling down, or relocating their operations abroad. In 2025 alone, Singapore saw over 60,000 business cessations, the highest since 2017. This isn't just about a few cafes or retail shops shutting their doors. It's a broad market adjustment affecting everything from food and beverage outlets to major manufacturers. The most visible signs are empty storefronts and familiar brands disappearing from malls, but the underlying shifts are even more significant. Companies are consolidating services, downsizing platforms, and moving production to lower-cost regional locations. As we explore this shakeout, we'll see how Singapore's business environment is evolving and what it means for workers, consumers, and the economy as a whole. Food and beverage sector offers the clearest warning signs of Singapore's business shakeout. Well-known names like Privé Group, 12 Cupcakes, Gongcha, and the Providor have all exited the market, some after years of success. In 2025, more than 2,400 F&B outlets closed, even as new ones opened, highlighting a dynamic but unforgiving environment. Rising rents, labor shortages, food inflation, and delivery platform fees are squeezing margins, making survival tough even for popular brands. Consumers are also changing their habits, with many shifting spending to overseas travel or neighboring cities like Johor Bahru for cheaper options. This means Singaporean businesses aren't just competing locally, they're up against regional and online alternatives. The churn is severe, and while entrepreneurship is alive, many small and mid-sized operators struggle to find the breathing space needed to thrive. Shakeout isn't limited to cafes and retail. Major manufacturers are also relocating production. For example, Asia Pacific Breweries, the maker of Tiger Beer, is scaling down local brewing and shifting large-scale production to Malaysia and Vietnam. Gardenia Foods and Yo's are moving bakery and manufacturing to Johor Bahru in Malaysia, citing operational efficiency and competitiveness. Even global giants like Amazon are cutting local fulfillment services, and tech platforms such as Lazada and Shopee have gone through cost-cutting cycles. The common thread is clear. Singapore remains attractive for high-value functions like regional management, logistics, and innovation, but it's becoming less viable for labor-intensive, rent-heavy, or low-margin operations. This shift is not a collapse but a change in Singapore's economic role, one that has real consequences for workers, SMEs, and the broader community. Wave of closures extends to aviation, entertainment, and energy. Jetstar Asia, a low-cost airline, ceased operations in 2025, affecting over 500 jobs. Cathay Cineplexes and The Projector, both well-known cinema brands, also shut down, reflecting changing consumer habits and the impact of streaming and home entertainment. Retailers like Times bookstores and Robinsons have exited, and even service providers like One Yang have left customers fighting for refunds. In the energy sector, ExxonMobil and Shell have restructured their Singapore operations, shutting facilities and selling assets due to global overcapacity in the energy transition. These closures are not just about business strategy, they have direct impacts on workers, consumers, and the vibrancy of Singapore's economy. The common challenge across all these sectors is the rising cost structure, which makes it difficult for businesses relying on affordable rent, manpower, and steady footfall to survive. Every closure is more than a headline. It's a story of workers, families, and communities affected. When companies like Jetstar Asia, Gardenia, or APB scale down, hundreds of employees lose jobs and not everyone can easily transition to new roles. Reskilling is important, but it's not a magic solution, especially for older or lower-skilled workers. The shakeout also raises tough policy questions. Are commercial rents too high for sustainable business? Are SMEs getting the practical support they need? Should consumers be better protected from prepaid package losses? And is Singapore comfortable becoming mainly a regional headquarters hub while production and mid-skill jobs move out? The answers will shape the future of Singapore's economy and its social fabric. Singapore's wave of business closures and restructuring is not a sign of collapse, but of transformation. The city remains a top destination for regional headquarters, finance, and innovation, but it's becoming increasingly challenging for ground-level businesses that depend on affordable rent, manpower, and mass-market spending. The danger isn't losing global status, but becoming a place where only the strongest and most profitable players survive, while smaller operators struggle. Policymakers, landlords, and business leaders must pay attention to these warning signals. The future of Singapore's economy will depend on how it balances high-value growth with support for diverse, sustainable businesses at every level.